What is up, fellow travelers? I am back in this game. It's a bit laggy when it first loads because I have a potato PC, but yeah, here we are. Back to No Man's Sky with the Beyond update. Now this is one of the biggest updates I've ever seen. I was gonna make a guide video on it, and normally for games, it's fairly easy. There's not much content, but for No Man's Sky, there was just so much going on that I couldn't do it, and I think that tells you, man, Hello Games is doing something awesome with this game. If you haven't checked it out already, I think No Man's Sky is in a really good place right now for new players. Definitely worth checking out. Just a small caveat. This recent update is so big and changes a lot of things that there are going to be a few issues, mostly with crashing. They are releasing hotfixes left and right, so most of this stuff should be fixed by the time you're watching this video. Anyways, on to No Man's Sky. So when you're starting out, you have to find your ship. I would recommend mining ferrite, which is just rocks, and then you can fix your scanner as shown. And then that's pretty much it. And then now you're going to go to your distress signal, which is going to be your spaceship. And to do that quickly, you can hold down your sprint button to start running melee, and then activate your boosters at the same time to get a little bit of a burst here. And then it will help you get to your location a lot faster. Now keep in mind the boosters don't last long, and neither does your sprint, but that'll be improved later once you install mods. We'll go over that later when we come to it, but for now, here we are. I am so excited to play the game because I took a list. I took a look at all the changes, the patch log, and this game is going to be a lot more accessible to newcomers. Not only that, to veteran and returning players, it's going to be a lot more convenient to play this game. The biggest change that I dig is the inventory size has been increased incredibly. You no longer have to use a mod, it's just built into the game now. Here we go. So the text is a little weird, but I do like the story in this game quite a bit. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say it's a pretty good sci-fi twist. Alright. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer, meaning the robot police came and killed you. Alright. So the previous iteration died, and we got a new guy coming in. That's you. That's right. And then robot police are gonna come down, but then they're like, nah, this guy looks okay. Anomaly is compliant. Position locked. System integrity scan initialized. So again, the story is a little more hands-off, but once you play the game and read into the lore, there's so much here. I encourage you to check out the wiki. There's some like backstories, huge story arcs of like entire races fighting each other, slavery. There's a lot of things going on. Exciting and interesting stuff. If you like a deep sci-fi universe that feels a little lived in, you gotta do a little bit of digging to get to the good stuff. Anyways, Atlas connection intermittent. Here we go. We found our ship and everything's broken. So this quote I find a little bit weird because you have your multi-tool. You're not unequipped. Okay, here you go. Got your ship. Nothing is that bad. Okay. So here, just remember, start out by getting ferrite dust, fix your scanner, get some sodium, move to your ship right away, and then when you get here, you're going to start fixing it. I believe the game does a lot a lot better job. It's much clearer what you need to do now. Okay, repair pulse engine metal plating, which requires ferrite dust, and it tells you on the bottom of the screen how much you need. Like before, the tutorial wasn't really clear, so new players were often a little confused as to what they had to do. It got better and better with each update, but I believe this one, it's in a pretty good place. All right, now that we have all the ferrite dust, we can craft ourselves a metal plating. Okay. Alright. Basically, this is symbolizing like patching up your starship part with the metal piece of metal plate. Just, you gotta use your imagination a little bit. Alright. Now we gotta find hermetic seal. Okay. So this is a little new. Before you had to build a beacon to locate things, but now you got a handy dandy planetary chart. All you have to do is activate it, and then it will tell you the location of where you need to go. I think this is a great change in terms of it just eliminates a lot of overhead. You don't have to have a beacon, you don't have to have coordinates to search for something. It just tells you where it is. Okay, here we go. Alright, again, use the trick of sprinting and then meleeing and then boosting at the same time to get there a little bit faster. As a side note, if you're gonna try a permadeath, the hardest part of permadeath is the first 30 minutes. You die a lot quicker, so you have to be on top of everything. There's a funny part where I try to get to the center in No Man's Sky in permadeath mode, back when black holes, the exits were random. So in my attempt to do that in permadeath, I died like 8 times. All in the first 30 minutes. The most hilarious one is your shield goes down a lot quicker, and when that happens, you take a lot more damage. So I was doing the boost melee trick, I fell into a cave and I died. Talk about anticlimactic, like that was a sad moment. I still remember the other ways I died. I have that clipped on my Twitch channel. The scariest one was I was harvesting the eggs, the larval cores, because that's a lot of money when you first start. And how you do it is you build 4 wooden walls around the eggs and you harvest it, and then what happens is the monster creatures that spawn get pushed out of the box that you make, and you can safely harvest the larval cores. Except this time, for some reason, one guy didn't get pushed out and he attacked me and I died immediately. And this was sad because it was kind of like a couple hours into my playthrough. What a sad day. Alright, here we are. So the storm is supposed to scare you, but if you run straight at the beacon and you don't stop, you will make it safe and sound. Alright, here, as you can tell, someone left you the hermetic seals. So it's kind of implying that someone kinda knew you were coming, or it just happened to be that way. Okay. You can go into the second house. You can get a few starting units. There was a dictionary last time. The spawns are a bit random. Okay, now we need carbon nanotubules, which is made from carbon. So if you look, so this is new too. You can install the visor, it's there, but you still need the carbon nanotubules. So I think they made it to be a lot more accessible. Okay, we need 50 carbon. I have 20 right now. You can farm any tree. Trees and rocks are pretty much everywhere. They are the compound and resin equivalent of Acerneer. Okay, here we go. Carbon I kind of need a lot of, so you can refuel your mining laser as well. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, I insert the carbon nanotube. And you're good to go, and I can scan stuff. I don't remember having to press R2 to scan items. I thought they were done automatically. I could be remembering it wrong, but I think it's a little more convenient this way, I guess. I would recommend scanning everything that you can. It's an easy way to get nanites in the beginning of the game. They do add up. Also, you can rename your discoveries before uploading them, and also they'll give you slightly bit more nanites as well. Alright. It's kind of nice that green items show up. I mean, if you scan an item, it shows up as green, and the red ones are unscanned. It's a nice touch. Okay. Can also see locations of things on the map. It's pretty handy. Knowledge stones teach you words. Those are the new ingredients, which I'm psyched for. Also the location of your ship, and then you can kind of... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to highlight the ship icon. Whatever. I want to get in to recharge my shield a little bit before I head out. Okay. This plant is pretty darn neat. It gives you pretty much unlimited jetpack for a little bit, but it's a bit dangerous in that if you don't keep track of when it's running out, you might be going a little too hard and then kill yourself. Alright, yes, crystals. Oh, advanced mining laser needed. You'll get that later on. But yeah, I love this game. This is one of the first games that I started streaming on Twitch. I was doing my Steam backlog. I was playing Alan Wake, which is also one of my favorite games of all time. But this is where it really took off. I think everyone that I met on Twitch is from No Man's Sky, pretty much. It's where everything started. I would play this game all day. I would stream it all day. I would watch other people stream it all day. And yeah, my life kind of revolved around No Man's Sky for a pretty long period of time. Oh, here we go. I believe there is a small issue with Windows 7 computers where you can't connect to Discovery services. Now, this was a bug related to a system component being outdated. And you could just manually install those updates, and then it started working again. But after the Beyond update, it's still offline, so if I can show it real quick. Here it says you have lost connection to online Discovery services. I don't know of a fix for that yet, but if I do find one, I will keep everyone posted. Go. Oh yeah. If that was permadeath, I probably would have died there. Okay, let's get some oxygen. There is one thing that I do not like about this update, and that is the bases now need power. And I am not a fan of that because my base is huge. So I'm gonna need a lot of power for that. There we go, hermetic seal installed. Okay. Now I need dihydrogen jelly. It used to be that they would make you make a refiner and then refine dihydrogen into jelly. But now you can just craft it. Making things more convenient. I mean, you could craft dihydrogen jelly to begin with, but the tutorial made you use a refiner. In fact, there's a neat trick where you can make dihydrogen jelly, refine it from, if you put it in the refiner, you get dihydrogen back, but at an increased rate, so you get a net gain. It's great. This is a pretty neat trick to kind of farm infinite dihydrogen. Let's see, there's oxygen. There it is. Let's grab this booster plant. It's dangerous. Double. Oh shoot, are you kidding me? Gave me something I can't mine. There it is. There we go. I'm using a controller, by the way. I highly recommend using a controller for the game. I'm playing on PC right now, but one thing I have difficulty with is flying with the mouse. I'm really bad at it and it's kind of difficult, but if you have a controller, it's so easy. Also, if you're like me, you're getting a little bit older than you were. Everyone is, but I used to play a lot of MOBAs. Specifically Dota 2. I play a lot of Overwatch. Now me wrist and me fingers can't really take it anymore. So using a controller is a lot easier on the old hands. You don't really need fast reflexes as well, so it works out. There we go. Dihydrogen jelly installed. Now we need to make a refiner. Alright. Need oxygen. Oof. Luckily there's some there. So, is it just me, or these trees kind of look phallic? Just saying, you know. I didn't design these trees. Okay, there we go. Can access it with the quick build menu. You have to install fuel, which is, you can just use carbon. Alright, now I need more ferrite dust. Basically anything that looks sort of like a rock, or anything that's not a tree, will probably be ferrite dust. Might contain other resources, but yeah, they're everywhere. Also, these plants are annoying. You can get oxygen from them. I think that's the only good they serve. Alright. They did kind of improved the mining laser. They said that it can mine for longer, and it does reward you for kind of pushing it to overheating as much as you can, and then stopping really short, letting it cool down and do it again. So that used to be a trick, but they reward you for it now. Also, another thing I think most people will be pleased to hear is that sentinels are less annoying. And they're some of the most annoying video game characters you will meet. You're just simply trying to mine resources because you need to. It's a crafting game. And then these robot AI police guys will come in and start attacking you. And it just stopped you from playing the game. Now later they're not even a threat. You can kill all of them. You're gonna be decked out with your plasma grenades. You might kill yourself with those. They're really dangerous, notorious for being highly effective in killing everything, including yourself. But yeah. They are less annoying. I'm glad for that change. Alright, here we go. We got the pure ferrite ready. Again, if you use your imagination, they're greasing the parts, repairing them. You gotta use a little bit of your imagination here. Here we go. Starship is fixed. It took a lot less time than it used to, and it's more straightforward. Do a barrel roll. Okay. We got our regular thrusters. If you press R2, this will get you a decent amount of speed. Oh, I forgot also another thing they changed. You get these things and you can analyze them right away, and it breaks it down into usable materials. I think that's really cool. Alright, and then we got the speedy boost with circle, which is slightly faster, and then your pulse engine, which is kind of like your warp drive, by pressing L1 and R1 together. You can stop by pressing L2. We got an incoming communication. Look at that, 16, 16, 16. That has some meaning. Alright. The text, the options don't really have that much of a bearing, so feel free to pick whatever you want. Okay, planetary coordinates. Okay. So the best way to get there is just to aim at the beacon and then activate your pulse engine. Now sometimes, if you're playing on a jank potato PC like mine, it won't really aim at what you're looking at, so it will kind of drift off in one direction. You have to adjust for that. Anyways, here we go. I think this game's atmosphere is fantastic. It doesn't really hold your hand or force things upon you. It kind of lays it out and then gives you the option to go after it or not. Here we go. It's a slowdown with L2, but the great thing with this game is you can just go full speed and then mash on the land button right before you crash, and it does it. Now I heard with vanilla No Man's Sky it was pretty rough, which is why I think they changed it to be a little bit more forgiving. It's not like Elite Dangerous here. Okay. Oh, I landed right on top of this. Interesting. The mystery deepens. We got a message. Got the 16, 16, 16 again. Alright, base computer. This is basically how you claim a piece of ground and you can build a base upon it. There's a certain radius it has so that you can't build a base bigger than that. Mostly because the game would slow down if you had a base the size of the planet. Let's get the base computer. Heck yeah. Okay, chromatic metal. I remember this took a while. You had to get the terrain manipulator, dig copper up, and then refine that. It's not really abundant. Alright, terrain manipulator. I think this is a good place to stop. We'll continue on afterwards, because after this is coming the part where you get ready to have your base. You get to have your NPC buddies up and running, and the game really takes off from there, because you can explore the planets, or you can choose to go through the story mission, which is, in my opinion, pretty interesting. The delivery, again, is very light-handed. It doesn't force things upon you. Anyways, with that, I will be back next week. Catch you guys later. Thank you for dropping by. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you have problems with this game, I have a guide I made on surviving the first 30 minutes in No Man's Sky. It was before the Beyond update, but it still applies. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. Also, I have some parody videos I made. They're not that great, but I had fun making them. They're also in the description below if you want to check them out. Alright, thank you. So if you need help with anything, or would like to see any type of video made, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you once again, and see you guys next time.